Well, hey everybody, this is Norman.
And Debbie.
And we're here at the end of week 6 here at the legislative session. Week 6 out of 9. Things are definitely getting crazy. Next week is crossover week, so there's been a lot of action this week. Debbie, why don't we start with forced abortions?
All right, so that's House Bill 1113. Sponsor is Representative Tony Randolph. That came out of Committee 13-0. That is the bill that says it is a crime to threaten somebody with homicide, kidnapping, or assault, trying to coerce them into an abortion. So whether or not you get an abortion, it's still a crime.
Cool. Next, we'll move on to the surrogacy bills, which we've been talking to you guys about for a few weeks now. The one that would have set up that you could transfer a kid via contract and really commodify them, that bill died on the Senate side on a vote of 15 to 20. So we were glad to see that go down because we shouldn't be transferring kids via contract. So now we're working on another bill that says if you're going to do a surrogacy, like in an altruistic setting or something like that, use the adoption codes and all of the protections that those codes afford to children. So that's a bill that we've been working on as well. And we want to jump into education bills next?
Yeah, and the adoption bill is going to be heard today.
Yep, that'll be heard today.
So we'll put the
vote count right
vote
here.
count down there somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So some other good bills that got out of the House this week were House Bill 1246. That bill simply says that a parent's rights are fundamental. That's how our state's been operating since its inception, but there are some activist judges around the country that are starting to ignore that. So it's just a protection to get that in law, and that easily passed on the House floor. And then there were 2 education bills dealing with critical race theory, making sure that those are not in our colleges or K through 12. So the higher ed bill mainly keeps any kind of indoctrination out of orientations. It doesn't limit what can be taught in a class because that would infringe on their free speech. So that bill was 1012, it passed easily. And the K through 12 one that does keep it out of the curriculum, the critical race theory, out of the curriculum was 1337.
And both of those passed the House this week, right?
Exactly.
Cool. Well, the next we'll move on to the gambling bills. The first one is Senate Bill 183, which increases the number of machines allowed per establishment. Right now it's 10. They want to increase it to 12. We testified against that in committee this week, and we'll be working to stop that gambling expansion just because we've seen the negative harms that especially video lottery has on families here in the state. There's also Senate Joint Resolution 502, which would put sports betting on the ballot on your mobile devices or statewide. So we're also working to stop that one. It's headed over to the House side, so we'll be working to stop that over there. And then let's do the last one of the home studies.
Yeah, so coming out of House Health and Human Services on the consent calendar was a bill that says that the Department of Social Services will pay for all home studies, whether it's for adoption or foster care. So just trying to make it a little easier for those families who want to provide a home for children.
Cool. So those are just a few updates from this week. As always, go to fhaaction.org for all of our other videos, for all of the legislative radar, all the different bills we're working on, and if you were ready to send your email to your representative or your senator. We could really use emails on the sports betting issue, on the adoption protection for surrogacy issue. So there's quite a few things. If you go to legislative action, or if you go to our legislative radar on FHA Action, you can make your voice heard and send your emails. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
We sure appreciate you.